Hello YouTube viewers and random Green Lantern fans, so I'm here to talk about this, which is the Green Lantern Power Ring Kit, and here it is in its box. Doesn't it just look amazing? So obviously we'll talk about that first. So as you can see, here's the front of the packaging, which looks quite nice, like the little Green Lantern logo down there, Power Ring Kit written there, and of course Hal Jordan wielding his Green Lantern ring there. And as you can see, this is more of the comic book Green Lantern than it is the film version, but you know, released to coincide with it, so that's quite cool. As you can see, around the sides of the box or on the bottom, you're not really missing much. Pretty much all the action is on the back of the packaging here. So as you can see, there is the ring in its sort of working mode. This is made by Mega Mini Kits. It is $8.95 in the USA, $10.95 in Canada, and $5.99 in the United Kingdom. And of course down here, here's some garb about it, so let's read that. In brightest day, in blackest night, there are 3,600 Green Lanterns, each granted the power ring along with the duty to join the universal quest to protect a specific sector of space. Green Lanterns must be fearless, headstrong, and principled in order to protect good and fight evil. Now you can join the oh, for God's sake. Now you can join the continuum and become a Green Lantern too. How cheesy is that? And one thing I really hate about this sort of set here is the fact that the batteries are not replaceable, so that kind of sucks. You can visit them on the web. There's a little DC logo down there at the bottom, and this is for ages 6 and up. Pretty much something I really like about this packaging is the fact that it actually opens up. So there's a little magnetic clamp here that allows you to pop it open, and whenever you do open it, this is what you get, and this looks really, really cool. Would have been nicer if this section here had a comeback as well, so you could actually put it on display and make it look really nice. But another thing I really don't like is the fact that, fair enough, there may be a little viewing screen here for the actual ring, but it could have been detailed far more better than this. I mean, just having the black there, that's kind of a bit rubbish. What I do like, however, is the fact that the little book here is actually hooked onto the packaging, which is quite cool, and this just slides off here and is removable. But we'll talk more about this later on. So that's pretty much it in its box, so let's now crack it open, take a look at it out of its box. Okay, so now we have the set out of its packaging. I'll set the little book to one side for now, we'll talk about that later. And here is the actual ring in question. Now, whenever I originally picked this up, it did look quite cool, but taking it out of the box, honestly, the first sort of thoughts I had were it's very, very sort of plasticky, and you can really sort of tell it's plasticky, and not a lot of effort's been put into it. The detail is dismal. I mean, literally, like, what detail, you know what I mean? Like, it would have been nice if the actual symbol here was actually carved into the plastic, but no, it's literally just been stamped on there, and it really just looks kind of bad. Honestly, I thought the little ring section at the back here would be a lot bigger and allow adults to actually wear it, but then again, yeah, I'm a big guy, I've got kind of big hands, so it doesn't really fit on my actual ring finger too well, but it does fit on my little finger, which kind of sucks. And it's really, really thick too. Like, you know, I don't like that. I'd prefer it if it was a little bit more streamlined than it is. There's a little button on the back here, and whenever you push this in, this activates the light effects, which are really, really bad, actually. Like, I'm really kind of disappointed with this. So whenever you push it in, as you can see, it kind of lights up and just really flashes. And again, this is something that I find quite weird too. I mean, like, why do that? Like, I would have much preferred it if the light had stayed on a solid green with the option of making it flash like this, or even perhaps making the flashes a lot slower so it slowly comes on, slowly turns off. That would have been really cool, as though it was recharging. So that would have been nice. And again, I don't like the fact that there's a button back here that you have to push on and off. Like, I had this idea, which would have been really cool, that if you were actually wearing it, say, on your finger, there'd be a button there. So whenever you actually closed your fist, it would actually put pressure on the button and then turn the light on. Then whenever you unclenched your fist, it would turn the light off. I thought that would be really cool. So, like, you could actually, you know, sort of squeeze hard, and then that would obviously turn it on, and then, like, you know, loosening your fist again would turn it off. But unfortunately not. So, like, there's not a lot of imaginations gone into this at all, and it's really kind of sad to say. However, the upside to this set is this little book, which is kind of really cool. As you can see, it's got the same design on it here as the front of the box. Now, with most of these Mega Mini kits, you get a little book, and it's kind of like a little sticker book. Not this, however. As you can see, it's an actual proper little book, and it pretty much details the history of the Green Lantern Corps, the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and the Emerald Warriors. So this is really, really cool, and as you can see, like, it has little sort of images of the original Green Lantern comics as you go through the book. But it basically details kind of like the history of the Green Lantern, and talks about Hal Jordan, also talks about the Emerald Warriors, obviously, with loads of these great little comic books images on the inside here, which is really cool. So if anything, this set is kind of perfect if, say, you've taken a younger child, for example, to go see the movie and they've really liked it but they haven't read the comics. This is a perfect set to get them, because you get this cool little, like, obviously for a kid this would be really cool, but for a collector obviously not. But for somebody who's gone to see the Green Lantern and really liked it but hasn't read the comics, this is a perfect little gift, because it kind of fills in the backstory for them in this handy little pocket-sized book, which is really cool. So if anything out of the two things you get in this set, I really, really like this little book. This is really cool. So overall, what do I think of this little set? Well, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, the packaging's really great. I love it's resealable too, so that's something I really love. So you can take it out, you can play with it, or put it on display and then put it back in its box to put on display or to keep it. The ring is the biggest letdown, because it just, like, for example, the price of this here, this was $5.99 in the UK. Obviously, this is where I got it from. But for example, like, if you live in Canada, to pay $10.95 for this is kind of a waste. I mean, this is something you would get in a cereal box. It's just so unthought out, so unimaginative, and the fact that all it does is that, I mean, come on, like, as consumers and as Green Lantern fans, we deserve better than this. So this is a really big letdown. The book, however, is the saving grace of this kit, because it really is excellent, and there's such a detailed history of the Green Lantern the whole way through this book. It's just really amazing, and a lot of thought's been put into that. So yeah, pretty much that's what I think of it. I think it's okay. I wouldn't actually recommend it, but I'd recommend it more if you hadn't seen Green Lantern. This is kind of a gift that you would get somebody who liked the film. It's not something for a Green Lantern collector. I mean, if you're insanely nuts about Green Lantern, by all means go out and get it, but this is one for the kids, definitely. So thanks very much for watching this review. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there's countless more reviews online. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. Green Lantern's light. Green Lantern's light. Ah, crap.